Hello, America.
That's actually recorded. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for tuning back in. We're back in another special episode of Beer Talks. We are away from our homes.
Habitats?
Yes, I was trying to be clever about where we are away from.
Homes, habitats,
Yeah, our places of abode. Does that make sense?
places of dwelling.
We can keep going.
Right. We're here in the middle of the woods, and today we will be talking about some really interesting topics. Actually, we even have a special guest.
Ooh.
I know. I think you might know him very well.
Really?
Yeah. Before we get to Mr. Guest, I guess we should talk about the beer of the day.
Oh yeah.
What's the
Creemore?
beer of the day?
Creemore Premium Lager, 5%. I don't think I've ever had this. Has Addie? Have you had this before?
No, I see it everywhere, and I have never tried it. That's why I figured we should try it.
Oh, I've never had this either.
Right?
All
It
right,
looks-
so let's crack it open.
It looks cool. It reminds me of a good mythical morning. Shoutouts. I'm pouring, as per usual.
I'm still on my strike.
Wait. So, cheers, guys.
Cheers, everybody.
Clink. Look at the color though. Dang.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's amber.
Amber.
Yeah, it's really nice. Now, because I feel like our guest might want to comment on this beer.
Oh.
Just very quickly
So
introducing our
let's
guest.
let's actually introduce our guest now, so he can not have to be silent.
Yeah, so our very important guest today, who arguably actually helped us start this podcast, Mr. Eric. Yay!
Hello.
Cringe.
I mean, I don't know what else to say. This beer is pretty good. Thanks for the free beer, guys.
Free beer.
Free beer. Didn't you pay for this?
Wait, what? Did I?
Oh no! Someone else paid for this, but not by a sponsorship. Though we would really appreciate the sponsorship.
Oh right. So Creemore.
Yeah,
Creemore.
Creemore. Is this the company or just the beer name? Because sometimes there's a difference.
I think it's a company. Oh no, I didn't check this.
All right. Well, either way, Creemore Springs Brewery. If you're listening, we'd love to have you sponsor our episodes. You know what? Upon first sip, I actually quite like this a lot. So wouldn't mind having more of it. Creemore Springs Brewery.
It looks nice. I like the color.
In Creemore, Ontario. So it's a place.
Wow.
Oh, wait, hold on. It's at Mill Street in Creemore, Ontario.
Wait, sorry. So is this also a Mill Street production?
No, so it's not a Mill Street production, but it's just their brewery also happens to be on Mill Street.
Oh.
They're just neighbors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's actually really nice. I really like it.
it's nice.
kind of refreshing.
What about taste profile, guys? Flavor profile, rather.
It
sorry.
definitely is more of a dark beer, I think.
I think so too.
It's quite nice. I really enjoy it as well, but I think I would enjoy it better with a glass.
With a glass, like pour it out.
Well, I didn't get a glass. I don't know.
I use that.
Well, Creemore Brewery, if you're listening, if you also have specialized glasses, you can save the podcasters here by sending some glasses over to us.
You know what? That's what we should do. We should get all of our beer companies to start making swag and sending them to us.
100% agreed.
How about we just talk about how it tastes first?
Oh, yeah, all right.
You
No,
know,
that's
instead of trying to milk for
fair. Sponsors.
for swagger.
Well, I said it's a dark beer.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Continue.
How else do you guys describe your beer? I'm not a huge beer drinker myself.
None of us are pros, if that's what you're asking.
okay.
It's just
Alright.
you say what it tastes like, you know?
There's almost like a very slight smokiness. Do you taste it?
I agree.
No.
I don't taste smoky either. It's not as hoppy as I would have, not expected, but expect from a beer in general.
Yeah, it's very like the first sip that actually hits you. Like the bitterness is really brave.
Prominent.
Very, prominent, yeah.
Yeah.
It's really upfront, you know? And yeah, I mean, I think this would go great with like sweet stuff, which what we're snacking on too while we're eating, by the way. Moving things along, today's topic is actually relevant as to why we have a guest today, Mr. Eric Erickson.
Yeah, why are you here?
I don't know. You tell me.
Addie, why don't you take it away? What are we talking about today?
So I wanted us to talk about basically relationships, love life, dating life, and I feel like the three of us have very different experiences, and I think we're in different stages of relationships and dating life, so I thought it'd be interesting to talk about it.
So basically, I'm out, right?
Your experience is just as valid.
I'm out.
If anything, more entertaining.
This is actually I'm just gonna oversee everything. I'm like that guy outside the booth, like in the other side of the mirror. Yeah, that's me. I'm just gonna watch you guys
You
do the
watch
song
the
and dance.
action, but you're the one ticketing everybody to get in on the action.
Yeah, that's right. I'm the ticket guy.
No, don't talk like you've never dated before. You ain't no virgin angel.
Okay, I'm glad you ended that with Angel. Anyway,
I know.
Let's maybe give like a little bit of history, or not background. Yes, background, not history. Of where our relationship status is, like how long we've been dating, like where is that like, kind of happening. Adeline, Eric.
Yeah, so Eric and I have been together for 12 years.
Actually, literally.
Literally 12 years.
Yeah. Yep. Well.
Yeah.
Jonathan?
Oh, is that it? That's
Yeah, that's the intro. That's it.
I have been in a relationship with myself recently. Well, no, I've been single for a while actually. In all seriousness, started dating again. I think last winter. I mean, it's still winter now, but like beginning of winter when I started to kind of, I'm gonna take dating seriously, you know. But other than that, I guess I've been unsuccessful with the whole spiel. So here we
It's
are.
also hard during pandemic time.
Jesus, man, that's not even.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Stanley, what about you?
I've been with my partner, I think it's 3 years now.
Wow.
It seems longer because we like, as the community like to put it, we kind of U-Haul together real quick.
I don't even know what that means.
So
why U-Haul?
So I have to explain where this came from. So I, gay man, worked with a lesbian coworker, and then so she was like, yeah, so like, you know, the stereotype is that lesbians kind of get together and they basically move in together real quick, like a week after, versus what the stereotypical gay men do, which is, you know, after 8 years of relationship, we're still kind of just seeing each other. Right, so we kind of took the opposite as two gay men, and then what lesbians would, I guess, call it. We basically U-hauled all our stuff and lived together very early on in our relationship.
I mean, 3 years doesn't sound early.
No, it doesn't. No, but we lived together. I think like after a month of us kind of started dating. Yeah, so it was like a real quick progression, and I've seen him, I think, every single day since then.
Wow.
You know,
Quite the commitment.
Yeah, so for some couples who, you know, maybe see each other like once a week or like once or twice a week, you know, we've seen each other like every single day.
Because of that, even though it's only 3 years, it feels like it's been
longer.
10.
Yeah.
It really
Right.
does feel that,
Yeah, it
that
feels
long.
much longer.
Like from what I remember when you guys first started, it just snapped. It just happened.
Yeah. Also, pandemic kind of made us stay together.
Yeah, that for sure. For sure.
For better or for worse? Is that what you're
You
saying?
know what? I know a lot of couples broke up because of the pandemic, because they had to live
Yes,
together. And
yes.
they're like, oh yeah, it makes sense. It's gonna be so cute. And then like when the lockdown first lifted, man, breakup galore.
Yeah.
I read an article somewhere that they predicted to have a baby boom spike during the pandemic because couples are just staying home, right?
Yeah.
But it turns out it's like the divorce rates are even higher or something.
No. Well, actually, yeah, the divorce rate might be higher, but I can see the baby boom from this.
Also.
Really?
Yeah,
maybe
I've
like
known
single parent baby boom.
Possibly, but I also know a lot of people that just had babies.
Dang. Right.
Yeah.
Addie, so what about relationships? What specifically are we talking about here?
Yeah, so I mean, I have a bunch of topics I kind of want to work through, but the first thing that I think I wanted to talk to you guys about was like, how has your, I guess, like, ideal partner, boyfriend, girlfriend requirements for a relationship, how did it evolve since like high school, university, you know, your teens, 20s, 30s, how you are now? Like, how has that evolved? Because the reason why I think that's interesting is because I remember when, you know, before dating anyone, when I was a teen in high school, a couple decades ago, just a few decades ago.
That's right, yeah.
I remember I had this like ideal. I'm like, he has to be taller than me. He needs to have a six-pack. He needs to be an A student. He must play a sport. Must be musical.
That
which
sounds like Eric.
I was about to say, yeah. Like I I kind of hit jackpot on that. You're
yeah,
welcome,
right. Okay.
When they
Okay.
first met, I think Eric checked all of those boxes.
Did he now?
Because that was right after the need of you needing to lose a bunch of weight in 12th grade.
So 6-pack no longer, for sure.
Eric catfished me.
No, I didn't.
No, there's you guys lied on the product to each other where the warranty didn't last very long.
That makes sense.
And there was no return.
No
period
return
after.
policy. That's right.
No
Yeah.
return
Damaged
policy
goods.
at all.
Sorry.
No.
It's discounted.
Yeah, so it wasn't a catfish because catfishes are like, hey, I have all these things, but when you met up in person, it's like, no, you're none of these things. No, you guys both had
enough.
both
Fair
of your
enough.
checklists. However,
Okay, wait. So the
Past
question,
the QA.
the question is, how has your taste changed? I guess.
or dating requirements.
Yeah, like dating requirements.
Dating
like,
requirements.
what
Your
you-
standards.
Like, yeah, what you look for, basically. How has that changed? I feel like when you're younger, before you have experience, you're probably looking for a lot of, like, very superficial things, right? Because
Yeah,
you
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know better. You're
Like
probably looking
the
for
love
looks.
criteria that Disney instilled in you.
The
Right,
love
exactly.
criteria.
Yeah,
Dang.
yeah. You know the girls are always looking for Prince Charming or
That's
whatever
right,
because
yeah.
in Disney that's what happens. And then the boys are always looking for like tall, slim, like slim waist, big boobs, like whatever.
They're looking for their Mulan or Belle.
The
or
damsel
whatever.
in
Nobody's
distress.
looking for Mulan, Eric.
What's wrong with Mulan? Mulan's awesome.
Mulan is awesome, but like that is just not how the movie portrayed her.
All right, fair enough, fair
Yeah,
enough.
I mean, Stan, you could answer that question.
I can.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because I just don't know where to start for me.
All right, so why don't I start? I mean, I think it may give you kind of like a leeway of how to answer this question.
True.
So I think interesting way of asking this question, my perspective is that I don't think my criteria ever changed since I was a kid, just because of I think realizing sexuality, realizing like the people you can and cannot date. I think being a gay or like sexually ambiguous kid, right? Like you don't really know like how to even approach dating and stuff like that. I've always wanted someone who I can just like be myself around, right? Like I never needed the other person to be like a specific physical trait or a specific like mental trait or whatever. And I don't know, Eric, if you can recount all of my past partners, because I've dated men and women. But I think most of them, actually, if you line them up side by side next to each other, they all look very different. And then so if you look at my like collection, this is really bad, but if you look at my collection,
Dang, a collection.
yeah, people will be like, wow, like I can't believe the same person dated all of you. But what my experience is that as I grew older, I think I learned how to communicate what I needed to my partners more effectively. So early on, when I thought I found someone that I liked or found someone that I thought was compatible with, and I'm like, all right, you know what? Let's just kind of go along with this. I don't really communicate what I'm looking for, right? Like I want to be myself, and this is how I communicate that through body language, through action. But now I'm learning to be like, hey, this is who I am through words, and then so the expectation of my partners becomes clearer and more upfront over time. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. That I guess as humans, we all grow, and over time, we definitely get to know ourselves better, and that definitely helps in the relationship aspect.
Right.
Right.
But like I've never had like, oh, I must have someone who's like, a male or a female, or like, they must do or act a certain way, or they have to have these type of jobs.
Yeah, that was just never like a criteria specified.
Right.
on
Because
your
whenever
checklists.
I did think, I'm like, oh, you know what? Next time I'm not gonna date like XYZ criteria. No, they just happen to fall in these criteria anyway. So for example, when I'm my current partner, he actually checks all of my I don't want lists.
Oh no.
Wait, what?
Because originally I was like, you know what? I don't really want to date a student. I feel like their life and my life as a professional is too different. I don't want to date anyone too young because, like
Different stage of life.
different stage of life. Like I had a lot of like I don't want, and basically when we got together, I'm like, yep, checks every one of my do not wants. And so I think that's where I'm really like, it doesn't really matter the criteria of the other person, but it's more about like, am I able to communicate with them?
So more of the softer aspects, not so much like
Yeah.
physical traits or
Yeah.
stage of life. It's
Like,
are they willing to communicate with me? Are they willing to
like can they communicate with me?
yeah, and
Yeah.
compromise, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah, because like I know a lot of people are looking for,
Tall, dark, handsome.
Yeah, tall, dark, handsome, or like, they must be like, they must bring me flowers every week. I want to be swept off my feet. And the thing I hate here, you know what, I'm gonna get so much hate for this. the thing I hate hearing the most, like, I want passion in my relationship. And I'm like, I get it, like, I think it's exciting.
Is that the same as a spark?
Oh gosh.
I think you need to have spark for sure. Like, you need to be compatible.
I think the way that you're expressing how much you dislike the saying passion in the relationship is mirroring my dislike in people saying we need to have a spark.
Right, and I think you know what, you're right. It's not one and the same, but I feel like there is like some sort of differentiation. I do believe in hardworking relationships.
Exactly. Right.
Like, I think some days, like, you have to work really hard.
True.
Right? You just have to find a partner who's willing to work just as hard for that with you.
True.
Right.
I find that really interesting. So basically you're saying you never really, there wasn't no evolution per se and change in terms of your criteria. You're fairly aware of yourself already at a young age, like what you want.
I think so, because that's always something that I feel like I needed. Right? It's not something that I learned over time. It was always something I'm like, because I had to hide, who I am with my family, who I am with, like, my friends at the time, right? So I was always like, hey, I really wish I had a partner who I just don't have to hide anything from.
Right,
That'd be
right,
nice.
right. Yeah.
And just circumstantially, I just grew up like this.
I think that's pretty insightful. I mean, from what it started when you were saying, my understanding was like, just as you grow older, you kind of more practical things, right, that you're looking for or whatever. But ultimately for you, it was pretty much like, I just want to be with somebody who I can be 100% my true self.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And like without any discomfort or that, I mean, obviously with some, I would imagine some restraints, right? Like you can't be
right. I can't let out all the crazy
exactly
all at
yeah,
once,
yeah.
right? But I do need to know that, like, these people, like the people that end up wanting to be partners with, they're okay with like some of the crazy, and they're open to more crazy. And I think that's like really key to why I think my current partner and I were able to survive the pandemic lockdown together. Because like I always thought of myself as someone who needs space. I can't handle someone all the time, always.
Right.
And that's been the pattern. Right? It's like, okay, you know what? We've hung out together for like 4 or 5 days. Like, go home. We'll have like some alone time. It's fine.
Time for yourself, right?
Right. But like with the partner I am with now, I'm like, oh, you know what? I actually don't mind if you're like just around, because again, I'm like, I think I've fully communicated what I am at the beginning. And then so I don't need to be like, oh, I have to hide myself, or I can't be myself in my own home or whatever.
Right.
And I think that helped the relationship not really move forward, but like stabilize it, right? During the time that we are together.
Even out.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that being said, John, does that kind of like open up some pathways, or like, does that kind of like make you reflect on your own kind of relationship
right? The more that I think about it, the short answer is no. Basically, it does tell me, it actually is very enlightening to hear that kind of perspective, that it's not much of the specific characteristics or specific physical looks, that you're looking for. Where for me, there are definitely things, like I said, when you grow older, that you're more, not per se complacent, but, and also it puts such a negative note on like settling, like, what, that fine, that's good enough. Like, obviously I don't want to mean it like that, but for me, like, the ideal partner would be somebody who can cook. Like, that's just like, top 3 of the thing. But at this day and age, it's like, do you really have to find somebody who can cook, right? I feel like
it's interesting, because I thought you would think that because you can cook, I know you can cook, that looking for someone that knows how to cook is not necessary per se.
Right, but I mean, for me, because the amount of effort that I would put in making food and like serving you and entertaining, it speaks volumes onto how much that person who's doing the same thing, who's cooking and who's preparing all these meals, like that, I can identify how much effort they're putting into that as well.
Oh, so because you know the work, you appreciate it that much more.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, I don't mind cooking all the time. Like, that's not what I'm, I have a problem with. Like, labor is never a problem. It's the fact that I can gauge exactly how much this person's into me by,
the amount of effort they put into their cooking.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. Like, it's like, me with my ROIs. It's just like equal investments,
Yeah, it's just like Bitcoin.
Wow. Anyway, yeah, and like that's always been at the top. And as I grow older, and it's not obviously a knock on any of these sexisms and misogynistic ideas, but it's just a preference thing. And obviously, I'm not like, oh, you don't know how to cook.
Goodbye.
Yeah, like see ya. Like, I'm not obviously gonna be like that. But yeah, it's those are the things that I look for. Now, to me, when you were talking, Stan, about your stuff, to me it sounds all of a sudden so superficial.
No, not at all, right? Like,
right. I mean, obviously, you don't want it to mean like what I'm saying was
right. You know what? To echo that, like maybe I can like backtrack. I don't want it to like virtue signal in this format.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I obviously wanted, like, growing up, I'm like, oh, I'd like to find someone who is like fit, like obviously you like to see the eye candy and all that stuff, and you're like, oh, it'd be great to date them. It's just, I think at least all of my partners that I've been with, like men and women, right? Like, when I got together with them, it's always never expected. It's never like a active pursuit, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like super into your looks or physicality or like how you do certain things. That like there's a pursuit, and never the other way around of like someone pursuing me for that. It's always just kind of like circumstantially we had a chance to like talk to each other never with the intention of becoming partners in any capacity. But the more we talk to each other, the more we spend time together, it just makes sense that we like explore this avenue, Mm-hmm. And so this is why, like, again, in that lineup, right? Like, everyone will look so different, and everyone, and it's kind of like, wow, like, even if I look back, right, there are a lot of variations in like physical traits, in employment status, in many things like that. And yeah, I think it's just over time, because of my own experiences, I just kind of never saw that as important. But I never stopped saying like, it'd be nice if someone can cook for me. Right. Because that's how I like to be shown. Mm-hmm. Like, it was always nice when someone cooks for you. Right?
For sure, right? Yeah. Like I think that's pretty hard to beat.
Yeah.
I don't even think that that's a small thing anymore.
No, it really isn't.
Right. So. But I guess it differs from person to person where, to me, the effort really doesn't take that much to make good food. Wow. That's not a flex.
Totally is a flex. For those who don't know, Jonathan makes amazing food.
It's all right.
All the time.
It's passable. But
passable?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
He calls it passable. We call it restaurant grade at least.
Yeah, restaurant grade.
I call it edible.
Girl.
But yeah. But not to make this episode about categories.
Not to make this episode about John, how good John can cook.
And what I'm looking for in a person.
I mean,
it's not a dating profile.
But he is single, ladies.
So if we have fans, I want to, DM us.
Oh, God, please. Addie, let's move things along.
So what about you guys? Have you guys had changes of... Because I think, like, you guys started dating each other very early on in your life.
Yeah, university, let's just say university, all right? We've been together for 12 years. We've definitely put in a lot of work. At first, I think we had some arguments, and definitely less and less over time.
Can I just say, because we're talking about requirements, you know how, Stan, you talked about your lineup? If we looked at Eric's lineup and then put me in that lineup, I am the sore thumb in that lineup.
Like, in a good way, or?
They've been together 12 years. So
I mean,
I'd like to think that there's a good thing.
Fair, sorry, bro.
So can you imagine, in a bad way, Eric's just been suffering for the last 12 years.
Hold on. On the record, okay? In a good way.
Okay, I know. Okay.
Because I guess some explanation is needed. Like, I grew up thinking that I wanted a certain type or, style of partner.
Right.
And I have to admit, like, and I think Addie knows this, like, I didn't really think I would date her right off the bat. Like, we didn't hit it off immediately. It took some time. We were both in the same university. We were on badminton team together. And it grew.
So
she definitely grew into me.
Oh, okay. So who seduced who? I always like to ask that question.
Are we telling the real
am I allowed to say this?
the real story?
Oh, there's a fake story?
Oh, there's an official story,
Okay.
and then there's a real story.
All right.
Addy, take it away.
So the original story was, Eric, made the move. We're on the varsity team.
So Eric made the move.
So there was one time we had an away game, and he drove me and two other girls to the away game, and then that's how we clicked. So was the original story. About
However,
2-3 years later, I was like, there's more to it that maybe Eric doesn't even know. So
Not that I didn't know. I didn't realize.
You knew.
Well,
You knew.
no.
Anyway,
Well, no,
Adeline, go ahead.
All right, so basically, there was stuff in my life that was happening, and I was like a little, sad about it, I guess, like flustered about it. And on the drive to, I think we were going to McMaster. On the drive there, I was riding passenger side, and we just discreetly while everyone's chatting, ha ha ha, can't wait for the game, I would look out the window every now and then and be like, and then just sigh. And then,
oh my god.
and then
Are
because
you in a Chinese?
I know, like a
drama.
Like a drama, yeah.
I'm saying I got catfish.
so Eric, because I knew he was very perceptive, and he's very aware, and he's a very sympathetic and in tune with his emotions kind of guy.
Yes, he is.
He picked up on it, obviously.
And he's like,
But did you
I
know?
said,
Okay, not that obvious.
So is he looking? Okay, I gotta look out the window now.
So then when we got to McMaster, he noticed I was distracted, and then he's like, "Oh, are you okay?" And I'm like, I really need someone to chat about something. And then and then we walked off, and I told him about my struggles and whatever, and he kind of gave me, his advice as a senior, blah, blah, blah. And then that's how we clicked. So Eric thought we clicked because of that. But for me, I was like, I am
planted.
It was kind of planted.
right. You were scheming something.
Yeah.
I got played. I seriously got played. 2-3 years later, after realizing this was on purpose, because to me, I thought it was genuine. I thought it was just, she was actually going through enough of a struggle that she needed help, and I was there to offer it.
No. It was genuine. It wasn't totally fake. My mentality was, if I'm struggling with stuff anyways, and if I'm going through some crap anyways, I'm going to make use of it. And I fished myself a great boyfriend.
Use it as a resource.
Catfish.
Right. Wow. So that's how that worked out, huh?
And I think we've talked about this before. When we first started dating, again, because I don't match his lineup of girls, his collection, we had talked about this.
I started a bad thing.
Yeah, I was definitely the odd piece out of the collection. We talked about this. When we first started dating, we didn't expect it to last this long. And it's not a bad thing, right?
On both ends, really.
Yeah, on both ends. We both didn't think that. I was like, hey, tall, handsome Asian man that's actually really sensitive and I can communicate with. I was like, yeah, I'd date this guy for a while. Let's see where it goes. But I did not expect it to last 12 years.
Right. By the way, for the record, this feels like a child listening to their parents.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah, no, 12 years is definitely
so cringe to me. I said,
Mom, cringe.
ew. And then you guys kissed? Yeah. Anyway, so I guess you guys kind of, fit each other's glove more than you suspected.
Yeah. I think it definitely changed over time too, because she was quite different from what I was looking for in a relationship. And then over time, I learned that these things aren't necessary. I think the criteria did change.
So I want to ask you guys, because I think this is a very valid question to ask a couple who's been in such a 12 years is a long-term relationship.
I think so.
Okay. So like such a long-term relationship is obviously people grow over time, and like, you know, interest and values maybe gets updated and misaligned between couples.
Right.
Have you guys had to feel like you needed to update your own values and or like behaviors or like, you know, whatever's to kind of stay in this relationship, like specifically?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Wow, the immediate. I was expecting some pause, and I'm like, oh, let me think about this.
No, he was shaking his head before he said absolutely. I'm like, wait, no.
No, there is for sure.
Like what?
Definitely different stage of life for us, because we've been through different stages of life,
Right.
along with the relationship, right?
Right.
University, after graduating,
Like first job.
I struggled looking for a job, and I was so desperate. I took a job in Hong Kong,
Right.
and I obviously I had to consult her, tell her like, you know, I am so desperate that I am willing to go, and this is, you know, going to be a problem for our relationship.
Sorry, while you're in the relationship.
Yeah, while we were still in the relationship, and it took a while. We discussed it
Briefly.
not so much. Well, yeah, I guess briefly. Yeah, it was because I had to decide to go within a week.
Oh.
If I didn't, I would have lost the opportunity.
Right.
And I say briefly not because he gave me short notice or anything. It was more like I would have supported him even if he went to Hong Kong. Like, it was a no-brainer for me.
Well,
like,
I did go to Hong Kong.
Well, right. But at the time, I was thinking, like, I like this guy, and I have no intentions of breaking up with him. He needs a job. He wants to do it in Hong Kong.
So like long distance.
Yeah, long distance. Do what you need to build the career and life that you want.
Yeah.
Wow.
And, like, that perspective is one thing that I really appreciate you about.
I think it's also about trust. Right? You trusted him to go to Hong Kong and be like, yeah, you know what, this guy will stay faithful to me. Because I know a lot of couples won't have that.
No.
You know?
Like, halfway across the world, right? There's no way.
Time flip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And back to the collection, Hong Kong girls are the kind of girls that would end up in his collection. So even with that,
True, that's true. True, Sarah.
True.
No.
even knowing that, I trusted him to be like, yeah, go to Hong Kong. I trust you.
Wow.
Was it an easy decision for you, Addie?
Yes, it was. I actually have so much trust in him. I don't know why, but I did. But
Wait, you did or you still do?
I still do. I still do. I genuinely still do. Like,
Thank you.
yeah, I still do. I have so much trust in him, and like, I have to say, like, Eric cultivated a very trustworthy personality.
Right.
So that was very quickly a no-brainer for me.
I was gonna say actually that this trust didn't just come. I was like, oh, yeah, I trusted it. Yeah,
for
obviously
sure.
you build it, right?
Yeah, and you show by your actions, right?
You build it and you earn it, right?
Yeah, like
right.
we've been long distance for, I think it was half a year at the time. The job kind of sucked, and I ended up coming back after half a year.
Yo, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yo,
Like,
we had such a sad goodbye, and then like half a year later, and he's like, "I'm back." I'm like, "The hell?"
yeah.
I was so mad. I was so sad about you leaving.
yeah, because I left was saying like,
Yeah, I'm never gonna come
I don't know
back.
when I'm ever gonna come back. That kind of deal, right?
Dang.
But we also, because all my friends and family, girlfriend, were here. I didn't want to let that go, right?
Right.
So a lot of my decision to come back was because of that.
Right.
Anyway, so like back to what we were talking about before.
Right. Updating of value and
yeah,
stuff.
like we worked it through. We put in the time. We put in the effort to show. And I guess over time, like, I don't know, the trust just builds. You kind of feel it. You can't really say when or how it does, but by the actions that you do and you show the other person over the years, over the time, especially through tough times, because that was hard for me. The long distance was definitely hard for me. And I think there was another time in our lives that was kind of long term or long distance when Addie was in law school, because it was
Right.
in a different city. Plus she was working at the same time. She barely had time to see me, family, anyone.
Right.
So how did you feel then? Like,
It was very difficult. I think if anyone that listened to the last episode knows that, like, that was a very difficult time for me. Like, I pulled through. There were obvious struggles. But that was definitely very difficult.
During that time, were you ever like, Eric, I need to see you more often because you're my support system?
Yes, 1000%.
yeah. I guess I think people, listeners would know I'm a flight attendant.
You are?
Oh man.
Wait, was Was it revealed before or no? Anyway, I'm a flight attendant, and I've been a flight attendant since almost a year. Since I came back from Hong Kong, from Asia. And since Addie was in a different city, there would be times, and whenever I have vacation time, I would fly into Windsor to go see her and go help her out, take care of her, that kind of thing.
And while we're talking about our relationship, I do want listeners to know, like, we're not really the fairy tale kind of couple. We did split like a handful of times. There were I know. So there were a lot of struggles in there, and I think at the beginning, one of the biggest struggles was family views. I grew up, my circumstances were not the best. I grew up in like fairly poor environments. Grew up in, I say Scarlum, it really means Scarborough. But like it wasn't great. And
underprivileged.
Yes, underprivileged. Like, and my personality is, let's be honest, it's not really a traditional like Chinese, like ideal daughter-in-law type personality. I'm loud, I laugh, I'm like pretty unladylike. So like, in all fairness, it is a struggle for a lot of families to accept me to be the one dating their son, especially a prized child like Eric. So at the beginning, there was a little bit of struggles in terms of like there was a bit of resistance, right? Like the family, I wouldn't say that they weren't like terrible to me, but I can tell like I wasn't accepted immediately, right?
Yeah. I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, and I think because Eric and I are very family oriented, we took in our families
Considerations.
Very heavily. So we did split because we're like, yo, if our families don't like us being together, maybe it's better off not being together. But I don't know, we loved each other enough that we ended up back together, you know, all the corny stuff. Yeah, and like
super cringe. But I remember that when they split up, both of them were very miserable.
I bet.
Yeah. And then like Eric was like extra pouty, and I'm like, dude, man, you need to get back with this girl. Like, I don't know what's up with y'all, but like, you need to get back with this girl. Stop being pouty.
You were there, eh?
I was there.
Oh,
yeah.
shoot.
All throughout high school.
Yeah.
All throughout university.
Yeah, I was
were
there.
I don't think I'd want to be there.
You know what? Like,
You're not going to be there to support me,
No.
friend?
No. I said I don't think I would want to be there.
All right,
like,
okay.
But if I need to be there, obviously.
because the
I'll
thing
be
is,
there.
like, okay, Eric's not like a naturally pouty person.
Right, he's not, yeah.
Right, so then like when I saw him going through this, I'm like, man, like some like real shit's going down,
Right,
you know?
right.
And then so when he's like, oh, you know, like we split because of like, I think you did tell me that there was like some family issue.
Yeah.
I was like,
Crazy, by the way.
yeah, but then I was like, dude, like, you know, at the end of the day, it's your life, right? And it's your relationship, and like clearly you guys are still into each other.
Yep.
Like, make it happen.
By crazy, I mean like, it's crazy that you guys were you were so family oriented that you guys were willing to break things off, as opposed to the whole romantic Romeo and Juliet, you and me against the world kind of stuff, right?
No, well, yeah, we're just that family oriented.
And it's true. Like I can totally testify to that. At least because I didn't know Addie that well back then. But for Eric, like he's a lot of his attention and a lot of his priorities was with family.
Well, I think I have I'd say medium-sized family. I have 2 siblings, both parents.
Right.
Yeah, like I just
You put them first a lot of the time.
Yeah, I grew up just, I guess the values in my family are family first, right?
Yeah. I get the sentiment.
Yeah.
Now, would I have done what you guys have done? I don't think so.
Yeah, me too.
Right.
Like, if my parents were like
Disapprove, right?
I'll be like, oh well.
Oh, yeah, too bad, right?
Yeah,
Thank you,
because
next.
I'm moving
Yeah.
out.
Thank you, next.
No, thank you next to my family.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, for me it'd be like, I guess I'm moving out. Like,
Yeah.
this is my
wow.
choice. If I feel that strongly about how you guys felt to each other towards another person.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I would make it my mission not to be like, listen, you're gonna lose your child. Now, I know that, let's say, like Addie's not a crack addict, you know, like that's like super bad influence that, you know, like throwing me under the bridge. Like, obviously, not that case. It wouldn't be that case. But if it was like somebody that you really cherish and like you see a future with and able to make that kind of, you know, difficult choices with, I think that, you know, I would be like, yo, family, you guys gotta check yourself. Like, because this isn't cool, man.
Yeah.
I feel like it goes both ways though, because as a family member, if I saw, let's say, my sibling date someone that's not good for them, I'm gonna resist.
Yeah, and I think at the time, right, like just again putting this in perspective, I think your family was looking out for you because they wanted, like, for this is to Eric, right?
Yeah.
Like, because they wanted, like, you know, I think what they perceived to be more, and I get that. I think in the Asian household that we kind of all grew up in, the value is like, you know, you must respect your elders, you must respect your family, you know, and then we're like taught to put that first. And I think, you know, I respect my parents, right? Like, it's not like I'm like super defiant. I don't do like what my parents say. I'm not like a shithead, but like Eric, he like takes that to the next, like, as an example, we lived 11 houses away from each other growing up, right?
Yeah.
This is how we became friends.
Mm-hmm.
He never had a sleepover at my place. Ever.
Really?
Ever.
Never.
Because his parents would not allow it. Not because he didn't want to. There's tons of times where we're just like playing N64 or like whatever, GameCube. And I'm like, hey man, like it's so late. Why don't you just crash here? I have like extra bed, or like you can crash on the couch. And then he's always like, no. When I have birthday parties and I have friends like stay over, he's like, I have to go home. Because like that's what he needed to do because of his family like rules. And it was, he didn't even like, he never even said like, let me ask my mom if I can even try it. He's like,
but I did like once or twice. I'm sure I did. Like I remember distinctly there was one time I stayed over at your place up until what, 5 or 6 in the morning.
Right, which
and
is
at 6 in the morning
over.
I got a call from my mom.
Yeah, I remember that.
And she said, where the hell are you? Get your butt back home.
I remember that.
And I was like, I'm 10 houses away. I'm dead tired. Can I just sleep over? And she's like, no, exactly. You're 10 houses away. Just walk home.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, oh well, I guess it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Sure. All right.
Okay, well, anyway, before we make this whole entire episode about relationship counseling between Addie and Eric, are there any other things that you want to touch on, Addie?
Oh, true say.
Well, yeah. Actually, I wanted to turn this to you guys. Like, have you guys had these kind of struggles? Like, evidently, we just talked about it. Like, our families, we kind of had to like, not really fight them, but like, resist it and then bring them around. Have you guys experienced this?
John's looking at me.
No, go.
Well, I mean, like, obviously being Asian, being a male, and also dating the same sex, it was not the most, like, I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, like, it's obviously there's a struggle, right?
There was
like,
nothing quote unquote normal about it.
there's nothing quote unquote normal about this. And, like, there was nothing in this line of my life that is what my family wanted from me.
Right.
Like, I haven't came out to my family. I only came out to my mom, I don't know, like 4 years ago, which is, like, fairly recent. Considering, but yeah, no, like this is not something that they wanted, right? And then obviously there's like struggles. I think my mom's still like kind of trying to come to terms with it, right? So like it's not the most typical experience, I would say, for you know, like comparatively to you guys, right? But
I mean, for me, I haven't really dated like long distance. No, sorry, not long distance. Like a long-term relationship. I've only had 2 ever in my life.
When was your longest, or how long was your longest?
4 years.
That's pretty long.
that's long.
Long distance.
And it was long distance.
Yeah, it was long distance. Yeah.
Exactly.
How often did you guys see each other?
Once a year.
All right, so you saw each other 4 times.
No. There was a year where I went back.
So there's
3
like
times.
there's like a significant period where you saw her in 1 year.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's still a relationship.
No, I agree. I think so. And yeah, no, that was not to open that kind of worms. Not that it ended poorly or anything, but
Long distance relationships are hard, man.
right, and that's
Yes, they are.
that doesn't even give it justice to how difficult and the challenges are, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So yeah, the girls that I've introduced to my parents and my family I knew that they would approve of these people, you know. So it wasn't gonna be the type to, you know, kind of break things up or like kind of create fractures or.
Is that by choice?
Yeah, for sure.
So you're saying when you choose your like who to be in a relationship with, you are already cognizant of whether or not your family would approve.
800%.
She's not gonna fly with dad.
Forget it.
For real. It sounds a little conceited to to say. But I mean, I haven't seen that many women either in there anyway. So if I never introduced you to my parents when we're seeing each other, then
There's a sign.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's kind of interesting though to me, because you look for the criterias that they would mesh with your family, but then just 10 minutes ago you're telling me that you're willing to give up
What's the
family
truth, John?
I
for
mean,
someone that you love.
it depends. Again, it depends on the weight of like the emotions and feelings and the level of commitment, right? And like the future that I see with this person. Now, obviously, if it's like really like, I don't think it'll get to the point where I'm gonna fully cut my family off of me. Like I'm obviously gonna try to kind of mend fences and like kind of work things out, like come to a compromise, right? Where it's like we kind of have to see, we gotta figure this out, kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, dating now kind of sucks. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people who can kind of agree with that statement, but also at the same time, maybe some people would beg to differ that it's a lot easier. It's more quote unquote accessible. But I don't know if you guys have seen, there are statistics like infographics of like male users on like Tinder, on like dating apps, and it's like in the span of like 4 years of being a Tinder user, they swiped like 64,000 times.
Jesus.
Right. Yeah. Right. Like they swipe right 64,000 times, right? And then it funnels out of those, like not even like 105 swiped right with them.
Like they got matched 100 times.
Out of the 64,000, yeah. And then
That's crazy.
and then on top of that, after the matching, there's like out of the 100, there's like 5 actual dates.
Wow.
Listen, I think being a straight male on dating apps is a hard thing to be. Like I've had coworkers who are on these, and you know what, their strategy legitimate is they don't even look at the profile, they just swipe right, because they're like,
What?
you know what, like at this point, because I think women are like a lot more picky and like stuff like that. And then so like for the guys, they're just like, I just want to date. And every single word that they say, it's like right. And then they see who they match with.
Exactly.
And then
You
they
pick.
and then they like engage in conversation and like whatnot.
Oh, that's interesting.
Right. And I think it's not because like and like these people that I get that from different perspectives. They could be like, oh, guys are just like assholes or whatever.
Yeah.
But like these guys, I think like they're really genuine people. It's just they're having a hard time just even like having the opportunity to connect with.
At the end of the day, you treat it as a numbers game.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I can see why that
Right.
is. Yeah, I can see why that is the case.
The strategy, yeah, and
It's a probabilities game.
yeah, and mind you, I'm not one of those guys. I actually
You read the
care.
profile.
Yeah, I actually care. Maybe that's why it takes me longer. But I mean, I've what is it? I've dipped my toe in the
Online dating.
on the
pool.
online dating scene, and I mean, for the most part, it's nice. But I'm still, call me old school. Call me a page in the old book, an old leaf. But I very much prefer like an organic. I ran into you, like
Started a
Serendipity.
conversation.
Yeah, exactly. Like buying tampons, and she's like, "Oh my god!" Yeah, and I'm
You're
like,
buying
"Oh."
tampons?
I'm like, "Oh, sorry, it's for
Wait,
my
what?
sister." Like that. Kind
Oh,
of stuff.
okay.
Yeah. Like
No, I have a cut. I just need something to soak it up.
I have a nosebleed. All right, I have a nosebleed problem. Yeah, I think.
Listen, I applaud any woman that decides to go on a date with you after you told her that you're trying to stop your nosebleed
With a tampon?
with a tampon.
If that person is like, "Oh my god, that's so funny," and, yo, she's the one.
She's the one.
You guys, I'll see you guys in the aisle. But
The tampon.
the tampon
aisle.
aisle.
That's how he goes. People go to clubs and bars. John just goes to shoppers.
Shoppers, yeah, that's right. The pharmacy
Just
places.
pharmacy.
Yeah.
He's just strolling there.
That's-
The employers are like, "Sir, you've been here for 2 hours."
That's where I scope. That's where I play my game. But no.
No. From what I know, from the John that I know.
Okay, first of all, be careful what you say because
Well-
this is all on record.
Well, no, I think you like to frequent bars, from my understanding. Is that right?
I mean, I like to drink at bars.
Have
I
you
don't
picked up a girl in a bar before?
I don't go on bars to pick up women.
No, but have you? I know
Nice.
what, I know
That's your scene.
I
That's
know
your
the
scene.
intention is not like, oh, I'm gonna go to a bar and get some tail tonight, blah,
Right.
But have you picked up a girl at a bar before?
Define pickup.
Like you went up to her, chatted her up, asked her for a number, and then maybe gone on at least one date afterwards.
No.
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 Gotten numbers multiple times, but never went on dates?
Chatted up a girl, went home with her.
No.
Really? Oh, well, good
Not
for
on the
you.
first date kind of thing.
No, not on the first date.
But like chatted up on a girl with the intention of wanting to see more.
Yes.
Oh.
For sure, I think.
Okay.
Well, hold on. How did this become like?
I'm asking me.
How far I've gone in my
Who's
pickup
on the
game.
grill now?
Like my
Right.
pickup game. What the fuck?
Well, cause like I wanted to ask, cause like okay, I don't get. Like I have to live vicariously through you guys, because I can't go
Agreed.
to a bar and go up to a guy and be like, hey man, you know, like whatever.
Gay bars.
Okay, the scene in a gay bar and the scene at a straight bar is very different. Okay, with a gay bar, when you go up and pick somebody up, it's like you're going home with this person.
Wow.
Wow.
That's the expectation.
Like not even a blink. It's just like
No, it's
eye
like, hey,
contact.
no,
We
sometimes
good.
it's like, hey, want to get out of here? And then it's like, all right, in bed 20 minutes later.
Wow.
Okay, maybe not for everybody. I can't speak for all gay men out there, but like that's just been like my
Your experience.
experience of like when I go to a bar and people like are trying to pick each other up. It's like that's the intention, right? It's not to be like, hey, want to go on a date, or like, hey, I think you look good. And I can't do this like out on the street, right? Like I'm gonna get punched in the face. Like maybe less so today. I think guys are more like open and be like, oh hey, I'm so flattered, but like I don't swing that way, and like, you know, that's fine.
Yeah.
But like definitely when I was like in college, university, like that's just not something we can do, right? So all like everyone's like, oh, you know, online dating sucks, this, that. I was like, I've been there.
Right.
Like
yeah.
10 years ago.
Yeah, no, I mean, just to touch on online dating, because I mean, I guess it's a relevant topic as well. And Stan isn't that much of a stranger to it, but I imagine you old folks on the other side of the table.
Mom and dad.
We have never experienced it.
So you've never swiped on anybody.
No, I've never downloaded the Tinder app. We started dating before all this online
Right.
shenanigans.
Never swiped right for myself. I was there with my friends, and that I've done, but not for my own intentions.
I think it's nuts. I think the whole
It's
system
nuts.
is nuts. Like, I think it's crazy even.
Wow.
Like, the whole
Wow.
game with the probability and the numbers. I think one, like for the sexes, for example, I think for the women who gets a lot of swipes, they don't need to address those things.
Right, because it's a different game for men and women. It's
Precisely.
also a different game for straight men and gay men.
Right. I mean, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what that game would be like.
Right, but it's a different game. I can
Right. And for women, it's very much like an ego boost. That they're literally there just to boost their ego. And
That's fair.
And it's not like they're not even looking to date, right? They're just looking for, not even pen pals either. Also, they brought back that term pen pal
yeah.
for
Like-
somebody who just messages.
So you're saying that a lot of times women are there for validation,
Exactly,
it's not
yeah.
for the purpose of dating.
Exactly, yeah.
I think that's fair. I only live vicariously through some of my friends. That I find that kind of tracks. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of times, like, they might just like chatting with someone. With
Which is
no
a pen
intention-
pal, basically,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. With no intention of actually going on a date.
Yeah.
And then on the flip side, I've known multiple women, friends of mine, you know who you are. They have Excel sheets.
Wow.
Yeah. And I know one girl who went on scheduled coffee dates. So she was at a coffee shop for 2 hours, and it was every half an hour. It was a different guy.
What is she doing? Speed interview?
Yeah,
Speed dating,
100%.
but like single player speed dating.
Oh my goodness.
100%. And it worked because now she's engaged to the guy 3 years later. No joke.
I mean, good for her. I think I'm not that good looking. I think so. Like I really have to show much more than the looks. But how can you show character through photos, right?
No, that's not true. I think that's not true.
You can only show so much.
You can only show so much, but there's definitely things you can do to like I've seen on like friends profiles and like also my own experience like swiping and stuff.
Right.
There are some definitely like really bad photos that even if you are a model in real
Right.
life, like I would just not swipe on you. Like I'm over people that only have photos of them in sunglasses in their profile. Like, I'm over it.
Yeah, right. Half naked.
A guy holding a fish.
Listen. Okay, also what is the qualm with
Why
fish
fish?
holding?
I don't know. It's apparently a
Like,
thing though.
like if a guy shows me that he's like, you know, outdoorsy, can provide for me via fish catching, I'd be like, yeah, he's a catch.
You know, maybe I should do it with like a toy fish.
Like, what is the qualm with women and like guys with fish? I don't get it.
I don't get it either, but I've been told that that's a thing. Like, that is like a plus that some women look for. I don't know why.
No, that's usually the opposite. Straight women are like, I'm over guys with fish. I'm like, I don't get it, dude.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel lucky that I'm like, oh my god, this girl chatted me back up, you know, because again, I'm not the numbers guy, right? Like I actually go through, and when I get hit back, I'm like, wow, this lady kind of found something, you know. Now for the record, the people that have swiped right with me as well, we have gone on dates. So my percentages,
Success rate?
my success
Numbers?
rate, yeah, my success rate is probably like 90%. So the people that have hit me up, I have actually seen in person and updated.
Right.
And you kind of develop this fucking, it's almost like a step-by-step flowchart thing of like, all right, this girl does this, she says this, you move here, if not, you move there.
That's hilarious.
It's nuts.
If she messaged back, then date.
That's right, yeah.
If
If
they
not,
can-
yeah, it's almost like a programming. Like, else, you know, do this.
Wait, so is that like your approach to dating now?
It taught me. It was never like that. Like, I was very much go with the flow kind of guy.
But I feel like that's just standard formula for most people or
Nah,
I can't speak for
Nowadays,
everybody,
yeah.
right? I can't speak for everybody else, right? But I mean, I hate that part of it the most. That
Beginning?
no, that this dating scene actually changed me as a person. I hate that the most.
Okay, then my question is, how did you used to, so you're telling us how you approach dating now.
Yeah.
How did you used to approach it?
Like naturally, like organically, like just be like, hey, you know,
You
I
like
think
plant the girl and like she grows out of the ground.
No pesticides.
No pesticide.
organic. Buy some cow patty. And no, like no, like just actually like meet like a friend of a friend or like in a social gathering that like it's
But-
an environment.
But that's also kind of the same formula. What's your next step? You go on a date, you talk, you
No, because like depending on how the conversation goes, right? Like you can see if this person's into you and like want to have more conversations with you, and therefore your approach will be
Connect.
different,
Yeah.
right? And you guys have the spark, and you guys talk it out, and you guys see it through. Or this girl that you meet kind of needs some more convincing, and you don't really hit it off the first time, and she's like, you know what? Fine, let's give that a shot, right? Like you kind of teeter, but in today's scene, you just have one script, man, and you just follow this one script, and it's like, that's why, you know, there's a lot of creeps and like like a bunch of dicks like out there who is just like so forward about everything,
Yeah.
and like just vulgar, right? And just vulgar. It's not that I respect what they're doing, but I understand where they're coming from.
I get it too, because they're like, I think, you know, especially for people nowadays, they're like, everyone's so busy with everything.
Right,
Like
exactly.
people are just like, I want to get to the point. Like when I did like swiping, it really was like, hey, if I match with someone, I don't even have that conversation online because I don't want to go through the, oh hey, how's it going? But then like we never end up meeting
small
up and
talk.
it fizzles
Yeah.
out, right?
Yeah.
Like my opener is always, hey, you know, thanks for swiping. Like, you know.
Nice.
Want to hit up a bar this Wednesday after work, right? Like, I finish work at 5, like, you know,
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
hit
yeah.
up this bar, and then we can just have, you know, not even a date, just chat in
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
person,
Right.
Because I'm gonna need to eat anyway, so why don't you join me for dinner?
Wow.
Because like the thing is, like, you're right, because
I'm taking notes.
no, because I feel like that has gotten me the most success in terms of finding a connection. Because a lot of the times, yeah, you know, it's like it's nice to like have someone to chat with, flirt with online, you know, like, you know, have that witty banter back and forth.
Right.
But I always find that if you just stay in that sphere, you just never move to like seeing someone in real life, right? And
Right.
if they never have the intentions of dating anyway, then it's like, you know, no hard feelings, right? Cool, this is not what you're looking
Yeah,
for,
yeah.
but what I'm looking for is not endless chatter online.
Exactly. Yeah. We can move things along.
Right. Let's just like, you know, save both of us time.
Sorry, not even to mention the scams going on right now.
Oh, I know.
How many times, how many Bitcoin investors have hit you up, John?
Oh my god. Like the amount of people who just kind of it's honestly disgusting. Like it's
agreed.
it's unspeakably disgusting.
Wait, how so? Why?
because you like, especially in a pandemic, right, where people are really feeling alone and like very emotionally vulnerable, and you would show up and to just play and just string this person along just to scam them for their money.
They're exploiting the lonely.
The weakness,
I completely agree. I think that is very unfair. Because the scammers are not like before, you know, you get the stupid phone call like, RCMP is looking for you. That's obvious scamming. But these people are making a full profile on Tinder or Bumble, whatever, right? And they will talk to you, and it will be a week later. Then they're like, hey,
bro,
you know about crypto?
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, fuck, man, I just invested a week's time talking to you.
Exactly.
I thought I was having a good conversation, but actually you want me to invest in crypto? Like, that really bugs me too.
Yeah, it's messed up. Hence the script that I have. Hence the steps that I have.
Okay, when you say script, do you literally send the same message to all, like, the people that you match with?
Pretty much. I'm not even joking. Pretty much.
What's your opener?
It depends. So if they're the one that talks to me first, then obviously it's whatever they say I would reply to. But usually it would be like a comment on a picture or whatever, or a prompt, right?
Or a GIF?
Sure. I honestly, I don't have one opener. It's all, my flow chart still remains true.
So it's always like, hey, nice dress on the second picture.
Why do you not like mayo?
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yo, what's the deal with green pickles?
But like my flow chart would be something like, you know, if this person is always so dodgy about like a phone call, that's already alarm number one, right? Like that's like checkbox number one, right? And then you're like, okay, how about we go on a real date or whatever? And they're always dodging about, okay, how about even just a phone call? And then you're like this, and then you just have these check marks, and then you just go through, and then you know. So for the first filter that you have, it's like, hey, do you want to do a web call first? You know, like a Zoom, not a Zoom call, but a video call.
But like a video call.
Yeah. And they go, yeah, sure. I'm like, oh, okay. So then we can move this along. Then we go, then we go left.
So like, I've never had an instance of like, hey, let's have a video call before. What's that like? Well, is it weird to like set yourself up and like make sure the background's clean and be like, hey, how's it going?
I don't go that far.
Hide the toys.
I don't. Well, I don't. Not those kind of toys. No, I don't go that far. I think the video call thing, I think, is more for, honestly, the woman's safety.
Oh, okay, fair.
Right? That
Fair.
they know that they're talking to the real person.
Yeah.
Now, that's not to say that I'm doing every woman a favor. You know, that's kind of egotistical.
How generous of you.
Exactly. Yeah, that's not what I'm trying to say. But anyway, that's a whole entire deal. That we could just keep going on forever. Is there anything else, Addie, that you wanted to touch on?
Actually, I want to know, like, you know, talking about all these changes over time and how dating is nowadays. So what is your end goal for a relationship? Do you go in thinking about an end goal, or are you just like, it's kind of like, you know what, I just want to meet someone and have a good time? Because like, I think like Eric and I, when we first started dating, it was very much like, oh, I like this person right now. Let's see how it goes. Like I said, we didn't expect to last this long.
Right.
So I didn't jump into this relationship with an end goal in mind. Obviously, I now have an end goal. Like I would eventually like to I don't know, have kids or something. Right. But what about you guys? Like, you know, Stan being with your partner, John, you being single. Like, do you have kind of like your goal of what you want a relationship to get to?
Stanley?
I don't think so. I mean, I think I like this is gonna sound so bad. I think I enter each engagement with kind of like what I'm expecting, right? Like if I know that this is going to be, for example, a long-term endeavor, then like that's the expectations that I will have when I am, you know, approaching this person and stuff like that, right? Obviously, if things end prematurely, it is what it is. It's fine, right? But obviously, if the expectation is not for a long-term endeavor, right? I think it's like, again, upfront, right? Be like, hey, like, are you cool with this? Or like what we're expecting? Is my expectation the same as yours? Because if not, then, you know, I just don't want it. I think the thing with me is like, I really just don't like drama, because like I'm really bad at dealing with drama.
Sure.
And in turn, I try to stay as far away from drama as I can. right? Because like I just can't deal with it, right? And then like my whole life becomes like really like engrossed in it, and I just like it's like a mess for me. So I'm always like very just upfront and be like, hey, like, are we on the same page? Oh, we're not. Okay, cool. So I'm on this page. You want to come here? No? All right. Well, great to see you.
Let's move things along.
Yeah, like, I'll
Right.
see you around.
Yeah.
Well, now that it's legalized, like, do you want to move towards something like marriage?
Well, okay. First of all, gay marriage in Canada has been legalized for quite a while now, like 1960 something, I believe. I'm very bad with history. In terms of marriage, like, I don't know. To me, it's kind of like piece of paper. It's very like...
You're one of those.
Yeah. Like, if I do, it's probably going to be for tax purposes, to be honest with you.
For legal purposes.
Yeah, for legal purposes. Like, if my partner is on a deathbed, I want to have visiting rights and stuff like that, right? Because you can't have that if you're not married.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right? So, like, that's what I would want to do it for. But, like, I wouldn't want to marry for, like, the grand gesture of promising my love to another person because... right, because essentially now it's like I'm like committed to you now, right? Why do I need to promise that in a grand ceremony? Like I never understood that.
You sound exactly like a friend of mine.
Oh,
Yeah, which I mean, I think it's cool that people with that perspective
Right, and
share pretty straightforward logic to it.
Right, and it's like I think it's just straightforward, right? But obviously, no knock on people who want a grandiose wedding and like,
Right.
Yeah.
Nothing
Hey,
against
good-
them.
Yeah, nothing against them. Great for them. I love attending weddings actually. Like it's a lot of fun. Like everyone's in a good mood, right?
Right.
But it's just marriage to me, it's like it could happen, it could not. But if my partner, for example, like is the one that demands it, like he's like, oh, I want a ceremony. I want this. I'm like, all right, cool, sure, no problem.
Okay. Yeah, it's funny because being female, I actually agree with you on that. I think Erica and I have talked about it. If it happens, it happens. It doesn't. Like, I'm very much of the same page on that. Well, John, what about you? Like, do you go into relationships with certain goals in mind?
We're older now, like
Right.
the things that we look for in a partner, like there's no more time for games kind of thing, like what Stan said. It's like, hey, are you cool with this? If you're not, it's fine, no hard feelings, let's just move things along, like we're at that point. I'm at that point, right? Like
To clarify this point, like I'm at the point not because I feel like I'm out of time. I'm just tired of playing games.
no, true, exactly, yeah.
Well,
Well,
man,
that
I don't
comes-
want to play games anymore.
that's kind of relative to time because
Yeah.
you've been through so many.
You played games.
Exactly, yeah. You have played your fair share,
Right.
And for me personally, again, I can't speak for anybody else. That's just, like it's cool if really no hard feelings, like do you line up with the same perspectives that I have in mind and the goals that we're trying to achieve? If not, then it's fine. Let's move things along.
Fair.
Yeah. Speaking
So-
of, yeah.
So you're not the kind of guy that's like, I am looking to wife someone. I need a baby
No.
mama. Therefore, you're dating.
One, I don't think it's fair to just expect that outright for people. I think that takes, if not a few conversations about, right?
Hopefully.
How many kids, we have a dog, we live in a farm. Like, you can't just be like, oh, that's your opener, excuse me, which by the way, I have gotten before.
Yes.
And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, can we say what we had for dinner first? Or like, we haven't even met in real life.
I've been on those days where on the first day they're like, hey, I want to get married. Is that cool with you? I'm like, yes, but
yeah, we've literally just sat down.
yeah, it's like, so like, what do you do for work?
It's like, we just got the menu. Can
Yeah.
I get a look at the appies? Like, but yeah, I mean, but that's just me. I think seeing people and investing the time, here I am again with the ROIs, investing the time and getting equal amount of value with the time that I invested, I think that speaks volumes. It doesn't have to be like, oh, John wants to get married, John wants to have kids. Like, you don't have to have that written down. But if I can see that you're putting the same amount of effort and the same amount of investments as I do, whether that be financially or time-wise, then we can move things along. I'm just
Right.
on the same page.
I think I agree with you, and I think ultimately it's like once you have gotten like a good understanding of each other. I think it's
Right.
important to have these conversations and be like, hey, what do you want in life, right? Like, what is your goal? Like, do you want, for example, things like children or pets, or do you want to live in the city or like not in the city? Like, what type of life do you want, right? I think at that point you kind of start aligning your futures together, and I think that's really where like I think normal people would think about marriage, but for me it's like it's not like, oh, okay, we get married first and then we talk about this.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like, hey, let's line all of these up, and then if we want a again, like I'm gonna get so much hate for this. Like, if we want a big party, sure, let's get married.
Yeah. But in that light, though, I agree. There's so much you have to talk about, figure out about your partner and how you guys work together to get to the points that you want to get to, right? Like me and Addie, we've been together for 12 years. Like every step along the way, we're always asking each other, like, what do you want now? What works for us now? Like we've gone from both living at home to, her moving in or us moving out together and now having our own place. And every step along the way, and as we grow as well, things change. What we want out of a relationship changed.
Right.
And like at first, when I first started dating, I like
Just for fun.
with Addie, or like even before, for me, I just want to find someone to love, someone to love me.
I just want somebody. Oh, that's copyrighted.
I was thinking about another one. I just want to find somebody.
No.
Oh man.
Anyway, speaking of moving things along, we have been going on, and we should probably go into a close here. Moral of the story, everybody, to wrap things up. Relationships are constant work, and we are not here to be counselors or a therapist to your partners and or relationships, and therefore things that we say may or may not apply to you. We are not representatives of of the companies that we work for or hire us.
We are neither examples nor judges.
Exactly.
So it's just take what you will from our experiences.
Right.
We just had too much beer and then we're just running our mouths.
Also, we are still gonna make dinner, right? And our chef's been waiting for us to finish this up, and he's been like, "Are you guys done yet?
Can I preheat the oven?
Can I preheat the oven?" Creemore, hit us up if you want to be a part of this special relationship. You see what I did there?
Well done.
I like this.
Anyway, that's us. Beer Talks. Thanks, everybody.
Wait.
Thanks,
Before we finish, Addie, hit us with the CLS.
CLS.
Yeah, comment, like, and subscribe. You can find us on Instagram or TikTok at BEERTALKSTO. Like and comment on our posts.
Yeah, hit us up. DM us. We'd be more than happy to hit you back up. Hopefully, with one of my lines.
The openers. What's up with the pickles?
That's right. Yeah.
Oh,
Why you
okay.
like mayo so much?
All right.
Eric, thanks for having us.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having us. Tune us back again next week. My words, I'm slurring. That means it's time to go. Addie, Stan, thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.